Hello and welcome to a quick video on surviving Mars. So I'm making this video because I played this game for like 60 hours and it's only been out for I think it's 5 days or something like that. So you can imagine I've plowed a lot of time into this game, and I mean, you know, I work for a living, so a lot of those days I actually had to go to my actual job and then come back and play this and, you know, fit some sleep in at some point. So you'd say to yourself, wow, you've plowed so much time into the game, it must be really good. And it is really good, but only for a while. And so this video is just to quickly show like where it really sort of comes off the rails. So in this game I have no colonists whatsoever, and yet despite this I have basically completed all of the research and built all of the wonders and have infinite money and infinite resources. And this came about because I got this breakthrough technology here, which is called superconducting computing, and it basically means that power is converted into research. Any spare power is converted into research, and the only reason why you need colonists at all is to generate research, because everything else you can get pretty easily by buying it or selling rare metals or whatever. And you know, I just reached this point where I was playing around, and then I got this breakthrough technology, and I just thought, oh, this would be fun if I make a no colonists at all game and see what I can do. And the answer was I could do everything, because it's just not a difficult game, and there's no end game to it either. So, you know, I mean, I've played some very difficult games. Like if I was to talk about difficult strategy games, you know, Conquering the World in EU4 was incredibly difficult. Beating impossible difficulty on Shogun 2 was pretty difficult. Beating XCOM, the original XCOM, not the new one, that was insanely difficult. You know, and I can go back further in time, talk about games like Gauntlet, Supercars on the Amiga. That was almost impossible to finish that game. And this game, once you understand it, it's just really, really easy. And you know, there's no end game, there's no depth to the game. There's nothing to do once you get stable, really. And it doesn't feel like they spent much time thinking about the end game either, because once you get colonists and they start to, you know, your population starts to explode, you can't really do anything about them or really anything with them apart from to just extract more resources and carry on building more stuff. But you're not really achieving anything, you're not going anywhere, there's no real objective to reach or whatever. But for a sandbox game, it's, you know, the tools are very limited. You're not creating something wonderful to look at. You know, it's pitched as a survival game like Banished, but surviving is not at all difficult, especially if you realize that the solar panels and the wind turbines are basically newbie traps. They waste a lot of resources in maintenance, and you can just avoid that whole difficult aspect of the game if you just build nothing but these Stirling generators, which have no running costs at all. Admittedly, they're more expensive to make, but you can get started very easily on 2 or 3 of them, and then once you've got your first dome, your water, and your oxygen, you can generate enough research to buy more of them. And very rapidly expand without ever worrying about a potential power shortage or any serious metal or machine part maintenance costs. Yeah, so that's it really. I built all the wonders in this game. I can basically do anything I like. I don't even have any colonists. They're just not even required to have them to do anything that you want to do, which, you know, it's pretty bad for a game of survival. You would think that you'd reach a point where you have to get people onto Mars ASAP because they produce certain things that you need that you will run out of. And so you got to get those things before it's too late, right? But this game proves that that's just not the case. You can just never bother and have infinite of everything. I mean, look at this. I got power, metal, concrete, I even bought some food for a laugh, you know, polymers, electronics, machine parts, fuel, as much as I could possibly want or ever need. And I've got no maintenance costs at all for any of them, so anything I buy is just stockpiled, basically. I think my whole base has maintenance costs of basically nothing. I actually deliberately increased my metals maintenance cost because the Moho mine stops working if there's nowhere for metal to go, and I just didn't want to keep on stockpiling metal forever, so I figured I'd need to actually burn some, which is why I made this huge solar array. Plus, you know, it speeds up the research even further, and research can be converted into money, so yeah, that's it really. I think this is goodbye to Surviving Mars. Its complete lack of endgame just kind of kills its long-term value as a game, which is a real shame, because I very much enjoyed playing it. So, is it worth the money? Yup. Did I enjoy playing it? Yes, but it's a very shallow game, and I think if everything wasn't so slow, which is why everyone plays this game on max speed all the time, I think you'd realise that this game lacks content much quicker than most people do, because everything is dragged out quite a lot, and it's almost like an attempt to stretch the content, which is also quite unfortunate. So anyway, that's it. That's my final conclusion on Surviving Mars. Probably be my last video on it. A bit disappointing, but here we are. Yeah, if anyone doesn't believe that I've played this for 60 hours, for some reason, if I tab into the Steam profile, it doesn't show it on the recorder, which is a bit of a shame. Recording software continues to show the game, but doesn't show Steam, which is unfortunate. But I mean, this game's got like 671 rotations on it already, and I think one rotation is about 10 minutes, 10 or 12 minutes, even at maximum speed. So, yeah, you do the math. you do the math on that one. Right, that's it. Catch you later.